Hi! Today we're going to learn how to play Mancala. The first version is an easy version for children who are just learning to count. The second version is the actual Mancala game, which comes from Africa. Let's have fun! Version 1. For children who are just learning to count, player 1 takes a bean and they can put it in their egg carton. 1. Player 2 takes a bean. 1. Player 1 takes another bean. They have 1. They're going to put another one down. 2. So 1, 2. Player 2 also puts another bean down. 2. So they're just going to keep putting one bean down in their spots until they get to 10. Once they get to 10, they're going to start taking beans out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 minus 1 is 9. Player 2 takes one out, and now they have 9. Player 1 takes another one out, and now they have 8. And then they're just going to go backwards until they get to 0. For version 2, the Mancala game, first we have a tray, like we can use an egg carton, and 2 cups beside it. These cups are called Mancalas. So the board is split up. This will be player 1 side, and this will be player 2 side. So player 1 can pick up beans from their side of the board, and they can put them on player 2's side of the board, but they can't pick up any beans from player 2's side of the board. So let me give you an example here. For my first move, I can pick up any of the beans in these cups here on my side of the board. So if I take them from this cup, I'm going to start putting them down in the next cup. So I have 4 beans. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going counterclockwise, and I put 1 bean in my Mancala. The goal of the game is to get as many beans in your Mancala as possible. Now, since my last bean was placed in my Mancala, I get to go again. So if I take beans from this cup, I have 5 beans in this cup. Then I'm going to start by placing them in the next cup. 1, 2, I get another bean in my Mancala. Then I'm going to go around on player 2's side of the board. 3, 4, 5. All right, so it's the end of my turn, and player 2 gets to go. So say they pick up the beans from here. So if they take out of this cup, they have to start putting them in this cup. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 1 bean in their Mancala. And 5, they put 1 in my cup. All right. And that's the end of their turn, because you only get to go again if the last bean was placed in your Mancala. Now let me teach you another rule. So let's say player 2 goes, and they're taking the beans out of this cup, and there are 10 beans in this cup. So the first one is going to go into their Mancala. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now the last bean is placed in an empty cup on their side of the board. So it's only if it's an empty cup on your own side of the board. Then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to get the beans in the opposite player's side of the board. And I get to put all these beans and my last bean. So I get all the beans out of both these cups. and I'm going to put them in my Mancala. All right, and so the game is going to end when one person gets all the beans out of their side of the cup. So if player 2 has an empty row, player 1 is going to take all the beans in their cups and put them in their Mancala. Okay? And then they're going to count the beans in both Mancalas and see who has the most beans to win. So remember, you only put beans in your Mancala, not the other person's Mancala. All right, guys, I hope you have fun. This is a math strategy game that can be played from children up to adult. So you can play by yourselves with 2 people, or you can have 2 teams, whatever you like. Have fun and enjoy.